Now that the show is very cosmic, it also means that the threat level has to grow proportionately. While Wander Over Yonder upped the ante by introducing one villain, Kid Cosmic introduces two: Phantos the Amasser and Erodius the Planet Killer. Phantos, I have no notes. He's amazing. He's basically a villainous adult version of Kid himself, except instead of being a fanboy for superheroes, he is one for Erodius. He is very funny, but very dangerous too, so he carries the Lord Dominator torch well too. Erodius, on the other hand, now this is more on me rather than anything the show did, but regardless, I don't like him. In the Season 1 finale, I hyped myself up into thinking Erodius was going to be like Lord Dominator, except not being held back by network standards and being played totally serious. What I ended up getting was basically a planet drifting through space, absorbing other planets into itself. And that's it. Look, I can enjoy force of nature characters perfectly fine. Chaos from Sonic Adventure is one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, and he barely has a personality as is. He can't even emote or make sounds. Yet I like him because he has a really cool design and powers, and it turns out he's not just a mindless beast. Erodius doesn't even have that going for him. I was waiting all season for Erodius to be revealed to actually be an egg, gathering enough planetary nutrients in order to hatch into some cool creature, but that never happened. The only good thing I can really say about Erodius is when the local heroes focus their efforts on stopping him, the narrative doesn't make Phantos completely irrelevant. All too often, the bigger villain makes the previous one completely unnecessary, but Kid Cosmic was able to balance the two of them really well. Episode 11 in the Season 2 premiere is Kid Cosmic and the Other Stones of Power. In this episode, the local heroes are now in space and have to manage an intergalactic cafe, get the Stones of Power from a collector villain, and figure out how to stop the Planet Killer. This is a fantastic episode and really sets the stage for what Season 2 is going to be like. It introduces the new threats, sets the objective for the heroes to achieve, and sets up center stage for Joe this time around.
But I, Phantos the Amasser, found 5 cosmic stones of power at once! And then this third-rate shipping company lost them!
Okay, that's actually an interesting bit of lore because we never knew who that mailman was delivering the stones to.
I paid you extra for insurance.
Can anyone confirm if that tracking number has any sort of significance as like foreshadowing or some sort of reference to something? Or is it just random?
No expense was spared, but they never arrived!
Been there, Phantos. I ordered a 512GB SD card from Amazon and it never showed up. And since I ordered it as a bundle where the other items did arrive, I couldn't simply cancel it and get a refund. I actually had to use their instant messaging service and then ring them up on my phone to get that shit sorted out.
These rare and precious cosmic stones were created by the greatest evil force in all the universe.
Okay, you're overselling Erodius almost as much as Hunson Abadir oversold Orgalord.
Of all history's greatest monsters, you are by far the most evil thing I've encountered. Offer your soul to me, Dark One.
The power of Erodius!
Sir, if you...
Erodius!
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Fool! You would not dare mock me!
Hey, go easy on Green Pleakley there. He just wants to drop off a package.
Looks like you'll have the chance to find out.
Whoa, why did his voice become so mellow and sultry all of a sudden?
I plan on leaving a very sternly worded comment on the UPX website, and it is going to be long, weird, and rambling.
Me during my reviews and riffs of The Helper and the Robomecha Botatron. His ship looks like a BES monster.
Oh my gosh, it's happening!
There is Erodius, literally just a meteor using Chidori. Okay, but it is cool that he breaks the chunks of the planet apart into himself bit by bit, rather than just shattering the planet into chunks all at once.
Hurry, it's almost over!
That's his mom, by the way. Yeah, I have no idea how she gave birth to him either.
Dear jerks at UPX Shipping.
That's a lot of smudges of text just to convey 5 words.
Dear jerks at UPX Shipping. Ha ha. Your enemy, Phantos the Amasser. Send.
This is probably how I looked when I dunked on the party poopers in my reviews and riffs, because it seems like a decent number of people enjoyed that episode for being good, dumb fun.
Anything on the scanners?
His mom doesn't talk or make noise either. She's like the midpoint between Phantos and Herodias.
Why are you showing me this? I mean, I could eat, but... Wait a minute! My stone!
God, Phantos is such a great character. Yeah, you know they had to put an E.T. reference in there somewhere. Grogu? Is that you? Hey, it's those not Shadow Ghoul aliens that Rose is squished in episode 4. That ship looks like a patchwork blimp.
Guess I still suck at telekinesis.
Techniconexus.
Telecavexus. Ew, I'm pretty sure those are shaved off gizzards from Plumbus Fleeb in that container.
I can't thank you enough for all you did to get me back to my family.
Glad to see the mailman experiment ended up okay after everything that happened. Quick, drag him out to the street before he fully suffocates so you won't be held liable for a customer dying on your restaurant's premises. Flo just Pulp Fictioned the hell out of that guy.
Kitchen, now.
Yo, is that Amethyst from Steven Universe? And is that thing next to her the missing link between Scrabs and Paramites?
It's organic, glob blob. It's supposed to stay blue.
Are you sure it's organic? Because that's not blue, that's teal.
You spelled it F-L-A-R-B.
Ah, cursive. Did anyone else have to learn cursive in elementary school like it was the next big thing that was going to change society forever? But then people realized while it may look aesthetically pleasing and fun to write, it's an absolute eyesore to read, so we all just dropped it completely, and now the only cursive memory we've retained is our signature?
That couple at the door has been waiting 20 minutes for a table.
Oh shit, that's Beerus. You better give him the ultimate alien feast before he decides to Hakai your little asteroid. And for some reason, a bipedal version of Cinder from The Legend of Spyro is with him.
You seated the Plexmans in a filthy booth.
It's what they deserve for having basic bitch alien character designs.
You forgot to order fresh Snorboil.
I think that's just one of Mandrake the Malfeasant's minions.
And have you been practicing your Velbanese? You know the Velbian esophagus can't form Earth words.
That's what AAC devices are for, Flo. I can't decide if they are weirdly adorable or absolute disgusting cretins.
Most secret recipe, a cup of compassion, a teaspoon of tenderness, an ounce of understanding, mixed with
Care and kindness.
You're forgetting about 4 heaping pounds of freshly ground plankton.
Thus the battle for Beta Gamelon ended in total glorious victory.
How exactly do you put a bandage on a mucous membrane?
You can't just run off on some wild cosmic stone chase.
Why not? Sounds awesome.
Spoken as someone who clearly has never played Mad Space in Sonic Adventure 2.
She needs an extra pair of hands to handle all the new customers. Besides, I haven't had time to come up with a plan.
I hope you enjoyed that cameo, because that's basically all of Chuck you're going to get in most of this season. See, one of the biggest flaws of this show is it has a habit of throwing characters to the side once their arcs are complete. Even Kid himself you'll see less of this season.
And she can't lead us. Herodias kicked her butt.
You're right about her not being able to lead you guys, Kid, but not for the reason you think.
The booth seats are quite comfortable.
My ass, those booth seats are comfortable. My ass.
The longer we wait, the more danger the planet killer poses to the entire galaxy.
Ah, if only you guys were in a video game. Then you could take your sweet ass time saving the world because you got distracted by the casino minigame.
To use our powers to find more stones, recruit more heroes, and get awesome.
Awesome isn't a hero, Kid. He's not even an anti-hero. His morality was just portrayed vaguely in The Picnic. Besides, he has PTSD. He wouldn't do you any good in a fight against a planet killer.
When Jo finally accepts what it takes to be a true leader, she will find the proper path to lead her team to ultimate victory.
Promise?
That concept is foreign to my culture.
Also, someone can't exactly make a promise on behalf of the actions of someone else.
Adventure?
Delivery.
That's still an adventure. You're traveling through the infinite void of space to reach some rando alien. You don't know what they could do to you. Amber Alert!
My scanners indicate that the other 4 stones that I legitimately won in an online auction, by the way.
So in space, they just sell artifacts of power on eBay or some shit?
Getting captured by a supervillain is just the lucky break I've been looking for.
Wow, kid developed Stockholm Syndrome faster than Wander did in The Greater Hater.
So what you gonna do with them? Take over the galaxy? Rule the universe with an iron fist and bend all to your mighty will?
No, based on those photo captions, I think Phantos wants to use the stones to fuck Herodias.
I could care less about taking over the galaxy.
How much less?
Dork.
What is a dork?
We're awesome.
Kid is so adorable, for real.
What's the deal with Herodias? Why is it destroying planets and stuff?
Asking the real questions here, kid. Why is Herodias so incredibly bland?
Some say that it's a god. Others a mindless force of balance.
Of course, a guy based off of Thanos would frame indiscriminate destruction as a force of balance.
Do you know Queen Jeanne? One of the survivors of Herodias?
Oh, so I guess Queen Jeanne is like famous or something?
I actually knew 5 of them. But unfortunately, Herodias.
Oh, I heard it killed them all.
Yeah, they were my friends.
This is just like how Hater basically laughed at Ripoff's trauma in The Search for Captain Tim.
Blood-sucking, acid-spitting beast that can tear through the hull of your ship like tissue paper, or your entire crew.
That's my Tim!
The Sacred Scroll of the Stones. I totally had a copy of this.
What?
Yeah, actually mine was in a lot better condition.
What? No way! Let me see it!
It blew up.
Oh, right.
So you have no trouble with believing that kid has a copy of the Sacred Scroll, but the fact that it was destroyed is the part you find too far-fetched?
Deliver the stones or the kid dies. Oh, and extra napkins? Thanks.
Whoa, edgy. Also, you didn't even tell her where to find you.
Open up a line of communication first. See what the hostage taker is demanding.
You never negotiate with terrorists, Papa G.
He said he wants our rings or kid gets it.
Dies. He said, or kid dies.
Is kid okay? Must protect kid.
Aw, Chuck, it's so cute that you think you're relevant this season.
Help me open a P portal, then look inside.
Gross. Yeah, I guess that's a thing the Stone of Portals can do, even when Phantos already hung up the phone.
The kid is being hooked up to some type of contraption by what I guess is a minion?
No, Joe. Just because it's small, round, and a henchman doesn't mean it's a minion. Its skin isn't even yellow.
Surprisingly fine. Happy, actually.
Just kicking his legs all adorably.
He seems pretty easy to save. Maybe this won't be too hard.
Yeah, Coden thought the same thing when he fought Octerror.
That jinx didn't take long now, did it, Coden? You and a friend took down a tree, and now you think you can take down a giant octopus all by yourself?
Tuna will be the lookout, the cheese will be on defense, and I'll free the kid while Rosa smashes the bad guy.
What about me?
Chuck, you're not a main character anymore. I'm sorry.
You can finish the dishes.
I promise.
Aw, don't tell me this villain is a little bitch, too. Oh, never mind. He just needed to put on his Galactus cosplay. How fitting for a fanboy of a being that devours planets.
That will be all. Please see yourselves out.
Huh? He's not gonna just kill them?
5 new stones! 9 in total! Only 4 more to go!
Thanks for doing the first grade math for us.
Hey!
Wow, it's that easy to take a stone out of that suit? Oh look, she's like Stitch. Okay, she's really like Stitch. How the hell are you letting her do that, Phantos? She's right on your chest! This music has major Splatoon energy to it.
Whoa! Super stretch!
She just needs the stone of extendo fingers.
Ah, not this again!
Honestly, it just seems like the stone of precognition is the worst of the bunch because it doesn't actually let you do anything.
Throw me my stone!
Yeah, you should have seen that one coming.
Almost got it, kid! Yes!
This is giving me Uzumaki vibes. Yeah, not as glamorous as Coden's version is.
Water form! No way, did you just turn into a puddle?
Cat Appas.
Return the stones! Give back what you have stolen from me!
Time Bandits reference?
Everything's going wrong. Knew we weren't ready. Knew I wasn't ready. It's all slipping away.
I love how Joe is trying to be dramatic here while Kid and Phantos are no you-ing in the background. Oh my grop, you know how hard Coden would envy that Stone of Power right now?
What's the point of being able to turn into water if I can't use it to cheese through situations where I'm in a literal bind?
How the hell did she even trip him? He was just standing still.
They'll pay for this.
There's that voice again. What the hell?
I have the best power of all. The power of productivity!
You'd be even more productive if you had the Stone of Duplication instead.
At least I got this. It shows the locations of all the lost stones of power.
Oh wow, they're actually going to utilize the scroll rather than it just being there for foreshadowing in Season 1.
Oh, hold on.
And avoiding shit like that is exactly why Coden automatically gets thrown out of his puddle form if it's altered in any way.
I'm fine, dear. I just don't have my strength back yet.
Yeah, where the hell is everyone sleeping this season?
If I couldn't even stop an obvious dorkball like Phantos, how am I ever gonna stop Erodius, who's like an actual, real, bad, evil thing?
Overselling the hell out of Herodias there, Joe.
First, take risks. Defy the odds.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to wing it as a leader sometimes, because not everything is going to go according to plan.
Stop taking orders and start giving orders.
Leaders need to be assertive, but it's also important to be open to feedback and input from your team.
Don't let anyone stand in your way.
Kinda veering more into dictator than leader territory now.
When it comes to the greater good, do whatever it takes, no matter the cost.
Okay, with advice as cutthroat and brutal as this, I initially thought Jean was really a villain trying to sabotage the local heroes for whatever reason. But we'll come to find out it's not that complicated. She's just a shitty leader.